Okay, hey there everyone, welcome back to another guitar tutorial once again. In today's video I'm going to show you how to play Stand By Me by Oasis on the acoustic guitar. And this is one of my favorite Oasis songs, along with Rocking Chair, which was a B-side off the master plan. Oasis did great B-sides, it's got to be said, but I thought this would be a good one to start with. There is like quite a few changes and a lot of overall chords throughout the song, but it's just like quite big and atmospheric and really full. So I felt like, I don't know, this is just a really fun one to rock out and sing along to and play along with. But yeah, so yeah, and by the way, I hoped that my next guitar tutorial would have come out a bit sooner, but some stuff came up and I got busy with that. But we're here now, that's what matters. But yeah, also happy 31st anniversary to Definitely Maybe, which released August 29th, 1994. So since we're covering an Oasis song today, I thought that would make sense to mention that. But yeah, let's just get right into it without further ado, try and save some time and get through this because we got quite a bit to go through. So first things first, no capo required. It's the song is in the key of G major, and standard is going to be E standard tuning as per usual. Yeah, so basically the song is going to start out kind of like this. So like, you don't have to do that because that's on the electric, and that like effect really works better and it complements an electric guitar a lot better than an acoustic. But if you want, you can do it if you want to be as accurate as possible to the song. Of course, we're playing an acoustic rendition in a way. There is like, I don't think there's acoustic in the song, but we're just, this is how I'm going to show you this song today is going to be like how I think, how it sounds the best on acoustic, for me anyway. So yeah, so if you want to do that, just go to the 12th fret, and just play the low E string and just go and slide down. Just play the low E string and just slide down to low E string on the 3rd fret or the 6th string. So one more time, you got. But yeah, and then of course after that the song fades in, and then you've got the G major chord starts out on. So you've got G major. Then the second chord already, I know it's a bar chord, but just keep working on it. But I will say, if you want to make it easier to play this B major chord, what you can do is you can just do like an E minor shape with your ring finger and pinky, and if you want, you can do like a power chord, like that kind of thing. You can do that, or you can do this, where you just use your index finger to play the B string, the A string on the 2nd fret, which is going to be the B string, but it's the A string on the 2nd fret. So then you'll get this. Like, I know that sounds different, but that's an alternative way to like make it easier. Since there's no getting around a B major, you do have to do some form of barring. So, but yeah, a power chord is probably easier, or you can just do that. Lift your index finger up and just play the A string. Or you can just stick with the bar chord, or just keep practicing the proper B major chord. Just an A major shape, basically, with your index finger barring A string and the high E string, the 1st string. So yeah, that's the 2nd chord, and then the 3rd chord is going to be C major. So start from the A string down, C major, and then you're just going to take off your ring finger and then just play this. Which that basically is just keep your index finger on the B string on the 1st fret. Keep that on the same note. Don't move that finger. So again, go from that, and then just remove your ring finger. Then just move up your middle finger to the A string on the 2nd fret, and you'll get this. It's like a chord it's like a bridge between C major and A minor. It like transitions nicely into those chords. It's like a bridge between. So you've got, because you really hear this note enunciated in the song, and that's like the bass playing that. So you've got, and then after that, after this, you're then going to play D major, and then go back to the G major again, and that's going to be the intro. That will also cover like the verse chords as well, and it'll get you through this fair bit of the song, but there's more to go over. So we'll just recap that again real quick. So we've got G major, B major, C major, one more time, G major, and then, of course, the vocals will come in. Good up on Sunday, I've got a lot of things to learn. Now, the next change now is you're gonna hear a. So what's the matter with you? So yeah, basically after the D major, then the second time around, you're then gonna go to an A minor. You're gonna go. So you got A minor, E minor, then to C major. But when you play this E minor, aim for the B string, kind of like, I know usually you would like, you know, play all the strings of an E minor chord, you would play the low E string, but in this case, mute the low E string, just play from the B string or the A string down, because you really hear this note, you really hear that note, like specifically, so you've got, so yeah, mute the E string, mute the low E string for the E minor, so you've got, and then to C major. Of course, you'd mute the low E string anyway in C major, so you just play the A string again. Then to D major for the what's the matter with you? Then back to the G. Sing me something. Now for this Sing Me Something New part, you're gonna play G, then an F sharp over D major. So basically, just use your thumb to play this, to play the low E string on the second fret, which is an F sharp, while playing a D major chord. So like that. I'm gonna play that twice. So it's gonna kind of go like this. To like stay in time with the song and on tempo. Then to E minor again. Now this E minor, you can play all the strings. Don't mute the low E string. Don't you know? Then after that, go to an A major. So we haven't played this before. New chord A major. So then to C. Then to D. And then back into the next verse again. So again, we'll just go over that real quick from the here. So we got oh, will never format starts to burn. Then A minor, E minor, C. So again, starts to burn. A minor, E minor, C major. What's the matter with you? D major, G major, D major, E minor, A major, C major, D major. And then that will now get you through all the verses all the way to the chorus. So what you've learned so far now will get you all the way to the chorus of the song. And we'll get to that now. But again, for this bit, you just got, if you can't play, you know, the F sharp, low E, if you can't use your thumb to wrap around, then just mute A stone, just play a regular G major chord, but try and do it if you can, because you hear the bass on that section and it will really sound a lot more fitting if you can do that. So yeah, so you got E minor, and to A major, again. C major. So now we're going to show you the chorus. So the chorus, you've got G major, stand up, then get to D major, and A minor now. A minor now. So that's like the fastest part now, and that's probably gonna be the hardest part of this song, that like that part there where it goes, that part there. So definitely spend the most amount of time working on that. But that's gonna basically go from A minor. It's gonna start from C. So you've got C major, F major, D major, but play all the strings, so you can really hear the F sharp being played. So F sharp over D major, like we played earlier, and then back to the G. The good thing about this is when you play it like this, your ring finger can stay in the same place on the same string. You can just go back to G quite seamlessly. So yeah, so once again you've got C major. Now for F, if you want to bar it, you can do that too if that's easier and that's what you're more familiar with. That's fine. Then go to D major as usual, and then G. Or if you want to play it like another way, you know, like that, play the first 4 strings, thumb like the G string down. If you don't want to use your thumb, just to make it a little easier. It's not because the sound is full, but that is an option too. If it's just easier for you to do that, that's fine. And then of course, D major and then G. Just whatever way you find F to be the easiest, but try and play this string though. Try and play the high E string on the first fret. Like, otherwise it'll sound more like, you could do this as well, but which is an F major 7. That's another option you can do. So you can go, you know, just to make the F easier, so you don't have to, you know, get that note in, you know. But if you can, try and get it in, because it sounds more bright and more fitting to the chorus and the whole feeling of the chorus. So try and do that if you can. You know, how I play is, again, my thumb to play the low E note, play my thumb to play the low E note, the first 6 string, which is an F, and then obviously put that shape there, kind of like an A minor shape here. And then I use my index finger, most importantly, to play the B string on the first fret and the E string. So you've got, so I'm like barring 2 notes with my index finger. That's like my little version. That's how I like to play F. And then of course, D anyway, F sharp over D, and to G. So one more time now, and that's pretty much the whole chorus section. So one more time, we've got stand by, A minor, it's good, C, F sharp, D, G, stand by me, nobody knows when it's good. Nobody knows when it's good. Stand by. Then the third set, you'll basically play that 3 times, and the 4th time, you then go to the A minor, nobody knows. Goes to the A minor, then C major next, as usual, C major, yeah, nobody knows. Then to the D major, the way it's gonna be, and then to the G major to finish off the chorus. And the last bit of it then, this little like fill-in guitar little riff that you'll play before coming into the next verse, which I like, is pretty cool. One of my favorite parts of the song, I think, is this little thing that's gonna go like this. So you're gonna go, that kind of thing. I mean, that's kind of how it sounds on the electric. Obviously it's played on the electric, but on the acoustic, I feel like that's the best way to do it. So again, you've got, so that's just going to be, you're going to play E minor, D major, then C, and then just play this little walk down that we played earlier for the intro. So you've got middle finger on the A string of the 2nd fret, index finger stays on the same string, and then take that off, and then just play the A string, possibly the D string as well, but just the A string mainly, and then to G, and then play G major. So again, you've got, so that's what you're going to do there. So once again, so like play it slowly first, so it's like so it's easier for you to get down, and then speed up, and then it's not too fast, but again, you're just going to go one more time now. So again, one more time, it's just E minor, D major, C major, then middle finger on the A string of the 2nd fret, and then just off, play the A by itself, A string, and then back to the G major. And that's how that's gonna go. And just before we move on to the next part now, we need to learn the next new section that comes in. Obviously, there's no more new chords in the song. Now we've gone over all the chords, but like the next thing we'll get to now will be the bridge, because everything else will be the same now. Like the next switch up of like chord ordering or just will be like the bridge. It uses the same chords just in a different order, but before that, we'll just go over the chorus one more time real quick, because this is the most important thing to get down, the most key detail here. So yeah, so you've got G, G, D major, oh buddy, A minor, oh it's gotta be, and then C major, so the riff starts from C, so again, C major, F major, F sharp over D major, and back to G major, so again, G major, D major, oh buddy, A minor, oh it's gotta be, C major, F major, D major, G. So one more time. Do a lot of riff thing that we just went over, so I don't want to backtrack too much, but I just wanted to backtrack to the chorus, because again, that chorus bit, that like main riff that goes do 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 do, is the most important thing to focus on and practice the most here, because it's the fastest bit of transitioning, and it's probably going to be the last bit to master and get down seamlessly and smoothly. So yeah, again, after you do that little riff, then you go that we've gone over now, and I've showed you. Feel free to pause, rewind if you need to, but after you've done that, then it'll go into the next verse again. Same thing, G major, into B major, same thing as before. So yeah, obviously then it goes into the next chorus again, and you can follow along because it's all the same thing now. Like the second verse, the chords are the same. You know, the ordering and how you're playing the chords doesn't change. Same with the chorus, nothing changes. So then the next chorus now is after like second chorus, I think, or skipping ahead now. It's after the chorus. You'll then come on, oh, it's good. You'll be playing. Already know. So yeah, for the bridge anyway, like it comes in after the chorus or so, you're gonna go the way it's gotta be. Like that's the thing I was talking about earlier, just the little switch up there. It's the same chords you've already played, but you're just playing it in a different order. So you're just gonna go E minor, D major, C major. So, you know, it's fairly simple. It's just like that. A major then. So yeah, then it goes into the chorus again for the outro, which you know, it's the same thing, but just to go over this one more time, so the bridge again is just E minor, D major, C major, and this time just play the regular D, don't play, you know, don't use your thumb to play the low E string on the second fret to get the F sharp. Just mute the A string, and just play the D string. Regular G major chord, and then to C, regular C major chord. So you go. then after that, then don't you know, it goes to A major then, from the C. Then to C major again. Then to D major. Hey, hey, stand by me. Nobody knows what it's gonna be. Stand by me. Nobody knows what it's gonna be. And then I'll finish on the G, but if you want, you can add in that little riff again to like finish it off. If you're playing the song by yourself, you can add in that little riff that comes in after the first chorus. You know, the one I showed you that goes like... You can do that before like finally finishing on the last chord, just to like finish in style or have fun with it, you know, mess around, experiment, do whatever you will, but it will then finish on the G major chord. And that's pretty much going to do it. That pretty much covers the whole song. So yeah, just work on this a lot. It might seem like there's a lot of like different chord changes and overall chords, and don't get me wrong, there is, and it's definitely in the intermediate level of guitar playing, I would say. But if you just keep working on it, you should get it down. The most trickiest part might be if you're not like too familiar with doing bar chords, or if that's not your strongest suit, then you can try play easier versions of bar chords to get around that you know, that B major and F. They're the only chords that you can play in F major without having to bar it, like I showed you my way. But for the B major, you kind of do. So yeah. Or I suppose, just with closing now, you could play, for the B major, you could technically play this. Another way of playing it, so you'll play like, you know, an E major shape, up on the ninth fret, I believe. So then you'll basically use your thumb to play the low E string on the 7th fret, and then while you're playing an E shape up, the E minor shape's on the 9th fret, and then you've got your middle finger then on the G string of the 8th fret. So you've got, that's like a B major esque type kind of chord. That's another way of playing it. So you've got, so I thought I would just add that in at the end there, just, you know, in case like you do happen to find that easier than playing this B major chord, because obviously you're borrowing. So that is just another option I want to just add in there if you know, happen to find that easier, because I think it is easier to play, but you just still require your thumb to play the low E string. So that's up to you. Just try that and see which feels best for you. But either way, that's going to do it here. I hope you've enjoyed learning the song today. Again, one of my favorite Oasis songs, and I will be covering more Oasis songs in the future for sure. I just, you know, want to start with one of my personal favorites, and hopefully you'll have fun with this very full and atmospheric song. Pretty empowering. So yeah, that's going to do it. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.